Hello, fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2016 General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month is eclipse season. It is all about the eclipses taking place, and yet I have a feeling for you it's not just about the eclipses taking place. A big part of this month is going to be about the second of three exact connections that are taking place between Jupiter and Pluto in your sign, and Jupiter and your ruling planet Saturn. So both of these are going to be speaking to a very important moment in your journey, an important part of understanding your way forward, an important part of understanding what's going to matter to you, what it is that needs to change, and where it is that you're ready to make a move. And for many of you out there, it's a power move at that. And the sky and the eclipses certainly are supporting that in a variety of ways. So the first eclipse that takes place is happening right around the time of Jupiter speaking with Pluto. And it is a solar eclipse happening in a part of the sky that has to do with right place, right time, right person, right conversation. And you add to that, it's an eclipse and a new moon solar eclipse at that. So what that means is it really is a fresh start. It is a fresh opportunity that just shows up right in front of you. Now, that opportunity can be amazing. It does look like it's very empowering. It does look like it in some way makes you feel stronger. And yet, at the same time, it might not be like 10, right? So it might not be exactly what it is that you're hoping for, exactly where it is that you're aiming, but you can see how this is part of the path that is going to get you there, that is going to get you to the place that you want to be. With this particular solar eclipse, as I said, because it's a new moon solar eclipse, it really can feel sometimes like it just shows up for you. It just arrives. And my advice would be, when I see something like this, it says to me that the best thing you can do for yourself is be out and about, is to be connecting with lots of people, to be networking, to be, running around your neighborhood, do all kinds of errands, even spend time with siblings as well. They may very well, where it applies, siblings and cousins or neighbors might be part of facilitating this meaningful new chapter for you. But it really is just that communication, that spontaneous moment, not even realizing it and speaking something that is true for you, and just enjoying yourself, being present in the moment and having that quick exchange that ends up contributing to success, that ends up contributing to opportunity, that leads to success. In some cases, immediately, in some cases, greater and greater success, especially in the fullness of time. And that fullness of time element is especially magnified with this eclipse, but also with that supremely harmonious conversation between Jupiter and Pluto. So in some way, your world is getting bigger. You are being introduced to more of the world. You're growing. Your vision is growing as well. And that is part of the ability that you are going to have to recognize the moment, whether it's in the moment or not, but to recognize a meaningful moment, a meaningful connection, and to have that connection be something genuine that fuels the future that you want is part of the opportunities likely to present themselves to you this month. So that particular solar eclipse you do want to nurture. Again, just be busy. Just leave your house. Go for a walk. That's really all it can take sometimes to change your fortunes for the better, in some cases dramatically for the better. As we move towards the later part of the month, we've got a full moon eclipse happening, a lunar eclipse at the very top of your sky. This is going to speak directly to your career. And this is going to speak to your desire for advancement, your desire for growth, your desire to know yourself as being able to do more, whether it is with yourself, with your goals, or in the world. However grand your sphere of influence may be, this does represent a shift and a change that can have that sphere grow even more. But it does seem like you might have a little bit of, I look at this and it's like you might have explaining to do. You might have your own internal fears to overcome. You might have to work on things in a low-key kind of way. And it could be because this is a lunar eclipse, and lunar eclipses are infamous for secrets coming out. This could be you having to scramble and make a change just a few moments before you were really ready to, because the cat's out of the bag, because your plans have been revealed. This is also supported by the fact that we are going to have that solar eclipse 2 weeks before. So in the early part of the month, the solar eclipse that takes place, it's a very, it has a certain energy to it. It's in part of the sky that has to do with talking and speaking to other people. And so you want to watch that. You want to watch that you're not saying too much, that you're just, laying all your plans out on the table. Especially to someone where it's not going to be a benefit, or it doesn't really make sense. That's what I see happening with the solar eclipse in the early part of the month. But it is with the lunar eclipse that it might come back around, and the consequences are felt. So just be mindful of that. You don't need to say any more than you need to say, but at the same time, you want to relax and be yourself and have fun, right? There are ways to be social and enjoy your life, and there are ways to get in your own way and sabotage yourself. And you know the difference. And if you're clear, if you know that you're headed in a positive direction, then your words can't help but be positive. But make sure positive energy always creates more positivity. So we have this lunar eclipse happening at the very top of your sky. This tends to bring changes to matters of career. Sometimes it may bring opportunity. Sometimes this can bring a fruition or a closure to the work that you have been doing. It could be a major project. It could actually be you being ready to take on a greater role, take on a promotion within the organization that you're in, or in a brand new organization. And ultimately, this lunar eclipse is going to be part of ushering you into that new sphere, helping you to put one part of your career behind, knowing that you did it, like, yay, that's awesome. And now you're ready to move forward and to grow forward from here. So there's an element here that has to do with changes in the workplace. Also, if you have any bosses that are female, very likely there could be some changing of the guard there in some way. So this could be a female boss leaving. There's an element, because Mercury is standing across from this lunar eclipse, there's an element of words being exchanged, things being shared. It could even be some gossip as well that is part of this picture. So you want to avoid that, right? You don't want to get into an energy that isn't absolutely positive. But this energy can help you if you're sharing honestly. If you're going back and forth with somebody, you're sharing honestly with someone that you trust one-on-one, then you can trust it. But it's when you're saying too much to too many people that, things can get a little bit not direct, right? You're not going from A to B then. They can sort of end up sort of taking you around little curves and twists in the road to get you to the next place that you desire to go. But ultimately, look, eclipses are about putting you and aligning you with a path towards greater love and greater wisdom. And a part of that picture this month has to do with changes in your work, whether it is changes in terms of who it is that you are accountable to, who your bosses are, or it could be changes that are more personal, that are about you understanding what you're really meant to do and what you really want to do, what's worth achieving and what success is, are all part of what might be up for consideration for you. What I love about this month for you is that, yes, there's communication, but also there is confidence. There's an understanding that what you're doing now is consequential and that you can make changes that last, that help you to create impact, influence, and wealth for yourself now, and to have that grow and grow into the future. Ground yourself in that knowing and trust yourself that you're aligning with that powerfully so. And whether you end up moving in that direction in mysterious ways or direct ways, you certainly are moving in that very direction that you most desire to go.